That turn left here, I don't know about that.
Run the red.
Exactly. Yeah. Pull up.
Hey, say this one time. Like, hey, like.
Am I hood? Have I been hood this whole time?
Hello. I was trying to think about like the best way to explain what hood means, but just for those who don't know, so hood comes from neighborhood, and a neighborhood is obviously like a small area that people live in. Yeah, it's a shortened word for that, but it has another meaning on top of that. So a hood is generally characterized as an urban area that is very poor, and it's usually connected with culture as well. Latino culture and African American culture is often linked to the hood as well, because there's the element of struggle because it's a poor area that's usually filled with crime and a hard life. But then there's also like the pride that comes along with kind of going through being in an area like that and overcoming it. And so yeah, I think the word hood is kind of a word that I think people should kind of be careful with, because it's not something that's just thrown around. There's a cultural significance to it that I think that people should also recognize when they talk about the word hood. Again, in short, a hood is just like a poor urban area. Yeah. That's pretty much it. We don't say hood English in America, like back where I'm from. Like people say they're from the hood, but people who are not from the hood also use this quote unquote hood English. We call it AAVE, African American Vernacular English. Yeah, it's definitely different from standard English as well. Some of the grammatical rules and structure, sentence structures are just kind of different. For example, we might say like, how are you? But then someone might say like, how is you? Or I don't know. Or like, what else do we say?
The videos will help explain that.
Yeah,
Don't waste much on that one.
There are a lot of things that people who use AAVE say, but we don't think of it as incorrect English. A lot of people do, obviously, even in the Black community in America, some people do think that it's improper English, but there's also another large group of people that view it as proper in its own right, essentially. So it's like, it's not about which one is right or wrong. It's like they both have their own identity and they both have situations where we use it. You're not gonna have an African American using AAVE in the office, most likely. They might use it whenever they're around people that use AAVE as well. So it's kind of a code switching thing, to be honest, yeah.
So is AAVE, African American Vernacular English, is that the same as hood? What they're saying is hooding?
Yeah, so what they're describing as hood here is AAVE, essentially. And it's basically like the English that you often see in hip hop culture as well. So yeah, AAVE is kind of becoming so widespread that people don't really know that it's AAVE or where it comes from. People just kind of think of it as like hip hop speak or like rap language. Main artists in like hip hop and rap are obviously African Americans, and so the vernacular that a lot of them use will naturally appear in music, which will then become popular. And then now you have people who are not American or who are not even Black American that are using AAVE, and it's become like a cultural phenomenon, which is why the hood, like I said, is not only about struggle, but it's also about overcoming struggle, and it's a very important aspect of African American culture for many African Americans, I should say. And
you're saying that people use it not in the office, but they use it in the street.
Right.
What about non-African Americans using it around African Americans? Is it considered stolen culture or racially inappropriate to use the language?
So I think there are like multiple perspectives about this. There are a group of people that feel like if non-African Americans use African American vernacular, more specifically, let's say if like Caucasian people use African American vernacular, people feel like, oh, well, that's cultural appropriation, or why are you like trying to talk like us or whatever. But I think there's another group of people that recognize that you're not born speaking a certain way, right? Just like Black people that are from the UK don't use African American vernacular. Like they're not African Americans, so they're not gonna speak like that, right? And so there are plenty of white people who grew up in these areas alongside other Latinos and other African Americans, and they share language. And language is a way for people to share culture, essentially, and it's a way to communicate with each other. I didn't grow up using AAVE either. I spoke very standard English because my parents are from Nigeria, and so I grew up just barely trying to speak English, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to speak English properly, you know what I'm saying? But then I go to school, I have a friend that asks me if I want a piece of gum, and I'm like, I'm all right. And she's like, you're all right, just say I'm good. And so from then on, I said, I'm good, you know what I mean? So it's kind of a learned thing. I'm an African American, but I didn't relate with other African Americans who have parents that are American born. And so my cultural background is different from them. So there are so many different kinds of like Black people in this world, and then even different kinds of African Americans. There are gonna be some African Americans that don't use AAVE, You know what I mean? It's really a complicated thing. I think there's even the other side where if a black person doesn't use AAVE enough, then they say like, oh, why do you sound white? So people will even judge you for not using AAVE as an African American. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like, you either use it and then for some people it's considered cultural appropriation, or on the other side you don't use it and it's like, why are you trying to deny your identity? But it's like, what if it's not my identity? What if I never grew up using AAVE, you know what I mean?
Your parents come over from Nigeria. If you had children, are they considered grandchildren of immigrants, or are they straight away African American?
So that's a good question. I think that we would even still call them the grandchildren of immigrants. We have terms like, we have the first gen immigrants and the second gen, third gen. So we don't like to forget the fact that we come from an immigrant background, especially if it's recent. If you've been in America for generations, a lot of people don't even know maybe their origin, like where their ancestors come from, because they've just been in America for so long. But in the case of like my family, you know, I know exactly where my mom and dad come from. And so it'd be kind of weird if I was like, well, yeah, my parents are immigrants, but I'm American. It's like, yeah, I'm American, but it's like I'm also the child of immigrants too. So I think generally like to try to maintain both cultures. But again, on the flip side, I think there are a lot of people that don't want to recognize their immigrant background because it might have been used as a form of discrimination for them. You know, some people are discriminated because they're children of immigrants. I was discriminated because I was a child of immigrants, and it was from other African Americans. You know, you might not expect it, but yeah, other African Americans might be like, oh, but you're African though. So there is that distinction, which is why I felt like I needed to use AAVE to fit in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Damn, I didn't think I was gonna talk like that. I went off.
You got it all out. Like, that was good. That was good.
Damn.
Oh, I know this guy. Hood accent. I think today I'm actually gonna show you guys how to speak a little bit of some DMV slang. All right, so DMV slang is more like you're speaking English, but you stretch it back a little bit. What I mean by that is basically when you speak your words, like we shouldn't hear every single vowel and we shouldn't hear every single consonant. With the DMV accent, it's a little bit stretched back. You gotta relax and you gotta just ramble. Bro, you already know what it is, bro. What's up with you, cuz? Hey, no, bro. Fam, you was tripping, bro. Like, relax, dog. Like, I ain't seen you in a long time, bro. Where you been at, bro? Yo, hey, look, say something right now, bro. Look, pull up to my crib, bro. We gonna hash it out, bro. You already know what it is, bro. Oh, you trying to fight, bro? Pull up then. Pull up.
Pull up there.
Tired of your way. Why I hate your stamp? Not gonna lie, bruh. Now who's you staring at, bruh? Back, bruh. Turn. You think you hard, bruh? You think you hard, fam? Bro, you ain't hard, bruh. You ain't harder than me, bruh. Pull up, bruh. What you talking about?
Pull up is so
Bro, I
real.
swear, I glass you, bruh.
He's mad for real, bro.
So the thing is, you gotta make a lot of sounds.
The switch up is crazy.
So if you're trying to, like, for example, if you're angry and you're trying to show some sort of aggression, you gotta be like, bah, bah, you know, make all those sound effects. I mean, it's definitely gonna help you, you know. Like I said, I'm not doing it completely entirely well because there are other people that just, they live on this, you know what I'm saying? They grew up in Baltimore. For example, be like, I don't. I don't is, I don't.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about it.
You don't even hear the I don't. I don't want that becomes, I don't want that.
I don't want that.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to do with that. I ain't got nothing to do with
I
that.
ain't got nothing to do with that.
That's exactly how it works.
Yeah. I never even heard of DMV.
I thought Department of Motor Vehicles.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you trying to get a license or what's going on?
Okay, corporate, like.
Yeah,
You have to use that when you go get your driving license?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's like Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
because he said
thinking-
Baltimore, so I'm like, I don't know, like.
What area of the States is that accent from?
I think like Northeast. But we speak like that in Houston too, to some degree.
That felt regional free. Like that did not feel regional.
Like we sound in Houston as well.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Shit.
I feel like a lot of people say that. Yeah.
But I don't know specifically what DMV means though. What is DMV?
Comment below what DMV, not Department of Motor Vehicles, we know.
You know what I'm saying?
He was saying at the beginning, like, you need to drag out the vowels. Is that what he was saying?
Yeah.
So maybe he was meaning, like, cause you're being lazy with your vowels or whatever, like, and DMV is famous for being very slow and lazy. That's kind of what I was getting.
Reminding me of that scene in Zootopia.
In Zootopia with the sloths, yeah, right. I was thinking maybe it's like more of like related to that, but I'm literally just
Should I turn left here? I don't know about that.
Run the red.
Exactly, yeah. Pull up. So maybe that's why it's DMV, yeah. And everybody gets angry at the DMV too, right?
Yeah, exactly. It gives.
It's giving.
It's giving.
You learned that last time. Look at you. He's using it.
Watch the last video.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I saw this.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying?
Are you really okay?
You alright?
Are you really okay? Hey, yo, you straight?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
You straight? You're acting a little weird. You're acting a little weird.
You tripping?
cuz.
Yeah.
I thought tripping was everywhere.
Hey, how are you doing? Hey, how are you
What's
doing?
good?
What up, though?
What up, though?
What up, though? Sup?
What's up?
Sup?
So what is MV then? Detroit something something. Vernacular.
Detroit Metropolitan.
Metropolitan.
8. Yeah, it's probably Detroit Metropolitan Vernacular,
okay,
most
okay,
likely.
But I want to emphasize something here. Like, notice how when he's saying African American vernacular, when he's like speaking in that way, he's not just keeping his body still. He has to do a bit of acting. He emphasized that in the first video too. You can't sell the accent if you're not really like moving like that. So imagine like you like kind of look like this. You're like, hey, what up, though? Like, it's like, hey, what up, bro? It's like it's kind of weird. You look kind of lame. So, shit, you might as well just not.
When the video started, I thought he was doing Hood English UK version versus Hood English US version. So I was like, is that Hood English UK version? I say that kind of way all the time. Like, am I Hood? Am I Hood? Have I been Hood this whole time? Nobody told me. But then I realized he was just doing like
A comparison.
a standard British.
He still has an accent, but even when he speaks with a standard, like he has his accent in there as well. So he can try to like kind of make it super neutral, but it's gonna come out for sure.
Yeah.
Like roadmen, how do roadmen talk?
But there's no way I could never do that.
She's like, I ain't trying to get canceled.
In Scotland, we don't really have hood language. We just have people with stronger accents. Like, we have rougher neighbourhoods and stuff like that, but they'll just have Scottish accents. There's no difference between, there's posh Scottish, which is what I have, and then there's just the stronger Scottish accents.
So is it like kind of the more thicker accents would generally be a bit more?
In the poorer areas?
No, but that's the thing, no, because you could have a ton of money and have a very, very, very strong, thick Glaswegian accent. You were talking about how the hood is, you know, generally from struggling neighbourhoods or whatever, but in Scotland, we have a lot of that. It doesn't change via the accent. You can have someone from there that just has a household that has a very general, like, relaxed Scottish accent. Yeah, there's no wealth-related hood accent in Scotland. In my opinion, there's probably going to be loads of yous saying, he's wrong, he doesn't know Scotland. But that's just what I know.
Maybe it just manifests in another manner, like
Yeah.
rather than through accents.
But there's no specific language called hood Scottish.
We have it in Ireland, but it depends on the area. So there's like different area has different hood.
Dialects. Is it different between Northern and
Yeah.
like dead-ass Ireland? Like,
I'm not British, I'm Irish, so I don't know anything about Northern Ireland. Just like I know some people that use the hood in Ireland, like in my hometown. So.
In Australia, we have bogans. I don't know if New Zealand has them. But it's not really so much a hood, it's more like
Low economic background people, maybe.
Like is the area like that?
it's not really an area, I don't know.
Because it has to be the area to be hood.
So New Zealand, we have a large Polynesian population. So we don't have a lot of African immigrants, but we have a lot of immigrants from Samoa, Tonga, Fiji, the Polynesian islands, and then we have our indigenous population of Māori. A lot of the poor areas tend to have these people, not always, and they have their own slang, similar to what African Americans are doing. So when they talk to each other, they use their own slang, and then they incorporate some of their native language as well into it.
I was just gonna say, it's like the same with Canada. Like Canada is also very immigrant heavy. So you have like the GTA, Greater Toronto Area, which has like the
GTA?
Get Grand Theft Auto? What?
Greater Toronto Area, GTA. They're kind of known for the Toronto man's accent. And it's kind of a combination of like Jamaican, of like a whole ton of cultures. And then on the West Coast, where I'm from, there's like the Surrey Jack accent. It's like their own set of slang. It's too niche to be able to explain it. But yeah, own set of slangs, also coming from like very immigrant, sometimes struggling neighborhoods too.
The Toronto one you said about the Jamaican influence, does Drake use that these days?
Drake is Toronto man's accent, yeah. British rap has like also a big Jamaican influence. So sometimes I'm like listening to British rap, I'm like, wait, it kind of sounds like
Have you
Toronto
guys
artist.
seen Thor? And there's a character on Thor called Korg. He's the big
Korg.
blue rock guy.
Oh, I love Korg.
So his accent is considered Maori slang.
Ah.
Yeah. So the director is a Maori guy, and he actually voiced that character. It sounds very similar to how you'd hear Maori people speak English in New Zealand, like that. Yeah. So if you hear that, it's quite awesome to hear it when I was watching the movie. Because it sounds like home. And a lot of people like that character and they like the way he spoke, and that's how a lot of people speak in New Zealand.
Kind of cool, no joke.
Oh my gosh, he's so fucking hot. That motherfucker fine as fuck. Come here now. Bring your motherfucking ass here. That's absolutely cool. That what's up. For real.
You better not.
I wish the fuck
You would.
You finna piss me the fuck off. Holy shit. Oh shit, bitch. You freaking loser. Oh, punk ass bitch.
She's definitely from California.
You a hoe. Bitch ass hoe. Can I have?
Gotta be from California.
Why do you say that?
Because the white is very California. I'm like, that's so LA. Like
The white accent that everyone often emulates is usually a
Is
Californian
LA.
accent. Because they're in the media all the time,
They
right?
are, they
so
are.
there's that media influence.
Yep.
Even when she was happy with the black accent, it was more aggressive. Like, damn, man, calm down, shit. Do you guys ever feel like there's any kind of discrimination based on accents in your countries?
Yeah.
Because in America, we have a lot of code switching. So code switching is essentially when you're jumping through accents based on the environment that you're in. So a lot of African Americans do code switching, so they'll use AAVE amongst each other, and then when they're among people from other groups, they'll just switch. And I think that's because they're worried about being treated differently or anything like that. So do you guys have that? Because I know you said you don't have hoods or whatever, but you guys have different accents.
Sure, definitely. Yeah.
Amongst really close friends, you'd probably use swearing to really emphasize the feeling you have, but you'd never use it in the workplace.
Right.
So you pick and choose your time and place and who you're surrounded by and what you're going to use that for.
But then someone might argue that's swearing, but in the case of, let's say, AAVE versus standard, even when I'm not swearing, I wouldn't use AAVE in the workplace because people might treat me differently. So I guess it's characterized as improper English, which is why people don't want to use it in a proper environment, right? And so I'm saying in your countries, let's say you have a stronger accent, would you kind of refrain from using a stronger accent because it'd be seen as improper or inappropriate?
If you're in a interview for a job or something like that, yeah, probably you'd try. I guess if you had a super strong in the certain areas of Glasgow in Scotland where they're looked down on for having a stronger regional accent to that area. There's been sketches on TV, Scottish comedy shows of them trying to bring their accent down for those settings. So there's no hood vernacular, but there's accent-specific discrimination, I guess.
In South Africa, it's pretty intense because your accent is also very much dependent sometimes on the level of education that you receive or even the kind of school that you went to. So even with code switching, we tend to do that a lot. We call it phone interview English, where when I'm with my friends, right? So when I'm with my friends, I'm like, girl, and the thing is the other thing, and that would be English because it would be mixed with a lot of the other languages that we speak. And then all of a sudden, you'd pick up a phone, you'd be like, hi, how are you? Good. No, I've got time. And we kind of, so we have to code switch a lot. So when you are at work or you go for a job interview, whatever the case may be, your accent is going to be totally different.
I think just also recognize who you're talking to, whether they'll understand what you're saying. If I'm with my Māori friends, we will speak in using that slang. And if I meet a very straight white person that can't understand it, then I wouldn't use it because it'd be uncomfortable for them to listen to it. And then being in a foreign country with people who don't understand it, you couldn't use it because they wouldn't understand.
I'd say that black slang is just white slang in reverse. And I've never been able to stop thinking about it. I'm up for it. I'm down. Wow, she looks really good. She looked bad. That's cool.
Oh.
That's hot. That was real smooth. That was tough.
Oh.
Let's roll. Let's bounce.
Oh, heavens no. Oh, hell no. Oh. You want a piece of me? You don't want none of this. That was genius. That was crazy.
Oh yeah.
I never thought about it that way.
Do you have a lot of white people in the US that talk exactly like black people?
Yeah.
And how are they looked at?
They hang out with black people.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound weird. If it's not a cosplay. So I explained this in a previous video. There's a difference between really being from there and talking like that and trying to act like you're from there. It's not like when an American pretends to be British.
You kind of know
they're
that white
faking.
kid that likes rap music. He doesn't have the swagger of someone that's from a poor area.
So you can look at a black person from the UK, the vibe is different. The swagger, everything is just different to me.
You just pissed me off.
Oh, we saw this.
I told you about that. Jonathan, you know we work it goddamn all day, half the night, Jonathan. And you gonna come and tell me you want me to cook this shit in ice cream? You know, you crazy.
She was going on.
Yeah, you must be goddamn lost fucking your mind, shit. You got people mixed up. Hey, I don't work for you. You know that, huh? You're not working for me. I'm working for you. Okay, so what the hell you talking about? Goddamn, do this or do that? Hey, no.
Don't tell me what to
Eat it up.
You can do that. No.
Damn, she was mad. That was real.
Is she Korean too?
No, that was all.
That's all English, yeah.
She is Korean.
But
but she still has a slight Korean accent even when she uses AAVE. But like she sounds, in my opinion, more AAVE than Korean. I heard she's been in the States for like 20, 30 years.
That adds up.
Like
that adds up.
Yeah, she's popular. Yeah, she's really popular.
Even your original accent always remains.
You
So
know
she'll
what I'm
always
saying?
have that.
Yeah,
Is she
it's still
popular
there.
for stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, seeing an Asian lady go off like that is like, that's funny.
That she ate.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing if like a younger, let's say like a younger white person or a younger Asian person uses AAV. It's like, yeah, I mean, social media, you know, people be on the internet, that's how it is. But she's much older. You can tell that if she talks like that, it's because she was around black people. She didn't have a phone to be like going on Instagram and trying to be like, oh, that's how they talk, all right, let's practice. Like, again, like for her to get to that level, she has to have some cultural awareness. That's her son in the video. So she clearly married a black man.
That's his son?
That's her son. She's been around black people. She's not acting.
She would have learned all her English from being in that environment, right?
It's not cosplay.
Black Americans think when like a British guy comes over to like Atlanta or Texas or Louisiana and he's got the really thick British accent, he's all proper and like public school dude, they love it.
We love British accents. Yeah. Like, hey man, say this one time. Like, hey, like they go off, like they go crazy. Yeah, we love accents.
I was in a bar in Atlanta and I was just talking, I was surrounded by these people and I'm like, what do you guys want? They're like, just keep talking, man. Just keep. And I'm like, really? Like they're from New Zealand, is that in Europe somewhere? And I'm like, no, it's next to Australia. They're like, Austria. And they're like, I'll buy you a drink if you just keep talking.
I'm saying, bro.
And I was like, man, I should move here and just get free drinks for talking.
Black people from the South, they love them accents. They don't want you switching up, like be you.
Yeah.
Like, we want that, be you. Like, it was good. I feel like we had a lot of decent conversations about our different cultural backgrounds and how our countries view accents and dialects. And I think I learned a lot today, you know, about how similar we actually are. Because a lot of the stuff that I was saying in the beginning, there was a lot of overlap from what the other people were saying. So yeah, I really learned a lot today.
Definitely the one that was interesting, the videos was interesting, was how the white slang and the black slang, as they said, was basically in reverse or opposite.
Yeah.
I'd like to watch that again and kind of be like, oh yeah, because it was a bit fast for me, I'm a bit slow. But yeah, really good. Yeah.
No, it was fast for me too. I was like, what did he say? No, you're good, bro.
I think it's always interesting to learn about other people's cultures, right? And we all have our pre-established thoughts, and I think it's really important to like not necessarily challenge those on a daily basis, but definitely discuss them with lots of different types of people to make sure that you know your thoughts are along the right track and the beliefs you are holding are the right ones.
Yeah.
So I think that was actually really important topics that people don't like to talk about because it's a little bit tricky.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm actually really grateful for today.
Today we watched a lot of videos that showed people using AAVE. We hope that you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, if you guys want more videos, leave comments down below and they'll be sure to make them for you guys. So yeah, thank you for watching.
If you like the video, please like, subscribe, and comment down below.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.